Stitches podcast. I am your host for Wednesdays. Today is Wednesday, September 26th. It's not the 25th like I wrote on my notes today. The 26th. We are fast approaching October. Oh boy. Yeah, this semester is going by really fast. Weather's getting colder, and so it's no longer summer, and we're approaching midterms. Oh, which is just another sign that the semester is progressing as usual, and it is stressful. The work just continues to pile up and pile up, but such is college life. Um, let's see. I guess we'll go with my aliases. I am KJo36 on Plurk. I am Tars Traveler 42 on Ravelry. Catherine in real life. And I think that's everything I got. Yep. All right. We can review. Lots has happened this week. Um, see if I can think back all the way to last Wednesday. Nope, not happening. I was on duty on Thursday. That much I know. Didn't get as much of my partial done as I wanted to. Although I have made significant progress this week, which is good. Um, but yeah, didn't get as much done as I wanted to that night. I was also on duty last night, and I didn't get as much done as I wanted to last night either. I see a continuing trend. Oh well. At least it's not schoolwork. That its completion isn't. I'm not banking on its completion. Knitting, it's just unless I don't really have a time deadline for these except for the premium blankets and the semi-precious shawl, which I haven't worked on this week. But so on duty on Thursday, I was on duty last night. Nothing big happened. Dorms are pretty quiet this year. Yay! Yay! Um, yeah. So we had our after hours party on Saturday night into Sunday. It was a very sleep depriving weekend. So our after hours party is I think I told you about it last week. If not, here's a recap. The college center over there closes at 10 o'clock on weekends, 9:50. Round up to 10 o'clock. And on Saturday, during our after hours party, we kept it open from 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock, and we had all sorts of games going, um, prizes, food, whole bunch of stuff. A lot of fun. But then we had to stay and clean up afterwards, so I didn't get to bed till around 2-ish. So while it was a lot of fun, yeah, it was tiring. But we didn't get to sleep in the next morning. Well, we could have, but we had staff outing and we were leaving at 12:50, and it was gonna kill our entire afternoon. So if we wanted to have any semblance of a chance of getting any homework done on Sunday, I had to get up early on Sunday morning. So I got up around 8-ish, so I could get some homework. I could get some homework in. So I had 6 hours of sleep. Woo! But Sunday was a lot of fun, and we went to Chestnut Ridge Park, which if you're in the Buffalo area, I highly suggest you go if you have not gone yet. But if you're not in the Buffalo area, it is a gorgeous park out in Orchard Park, right by the Bills Stadium. And it's really neat because you hike through. So we hiked through and we did a whole bunch of team building activities. Like we were all on a log, and without talking or without stepping off the log, we had to arrange ourselves in certain orders. First, we started off with height. Then we went to, what did we go to next? Oh, we went to number of siblings. I had the most siblings. And then we went to birthday. So we had to arrange ourselves on the log without stepping off the log and without talking to each other. So sort of team building activities like that. And then we hiked down, and what's really neat about Chestnut Ridge is the further you get, you like reach a little stream, and you follow the stream a little bit, and then you come to the end. It's a waterfall, and it's called the Eternal Flame. that because there's so much shale there, it's releasing so much methane gas that behind the waterfall, if you call it a waterfall, it's more like a little trickle, at least when we saw it, um, that behind the water is a little cave, and in the little cave there's a fire going. There's a little string, a little jet of fire that's been going for, I think they said either 20 or 25 years. So it's really neat. I'll post a picture or look up look it up on Wikipedia. It's really cool. It's beautiful to look at. So that was a nice little treat for Sunday. I did it, uh, 2 years ago for staff training. My first year, my first go around for staff training. We hiked down there to the Eternal Flame, but it's always nice to see, and it's a beautiful hike. Um, and not very intense. I mean, I was a little bit sore afterwards, but be expected. We're college students and we're cooped up in dorm rooms all day long. You throw us out into the wilderness and make us hike for 4 hours, we're gonna be a little sore later on. So yeah. But good way to spend a Sunday afternoon. They made us leave all our cell phones in the car, all our watches, so we had no clue what time it was. So it was really nice to just get away from campus and sort of not be connected to the outside world, not realize or not be worried about what time it is, about what we have to do later on. It was a nice way to spend a weekend or an afternoon. But yeah, so tonight I've been invited to a game night over at Dick and Aaron's place. I think it's gonna be. I'm not sure if it's there. It's either gonna be there or at the apartments. Aaron's away on business, so Dick has arranged a game night with Ross, and so it's gonna be him, those two, me, and they're gonna invite a fourth person. Don't know who it is, but and they're thinking about playing the Settlers of Catan again. So yeah, it'll be a fun night. Um, all right. Oh, and on Wednesday night, I want to say, I'm not sure, some night, maybe it was Friday night. I don't remember what day it was. Um, Rory dropped. Rory is the assistant director over it, and he's the director of residence life over at the apartments. But in terms of title, he is the assistant director of residence life, so he's one below Ed. Um, he brought over these little coasters that he picked up at like an Irish festival, and he picked them up because what makes them unique is that, well, there's two of them because there's two sides. That in the center is the Australian penny. So yeah, there's the back side of the Australian penny, and then there's the front side. And the Australian penny is no longer in use. Australia got rid of the penny. So yeah, it was quite nice of him. All right, and then one more thing that I'll get up on my little soapbox about. Yeah, Mom mentioned our conversation that we had on Sunday, and I had the class again today, and so yet again I had to sit through 3 hours of her saying that dyslexia is an excuse for parents because they don't want that because if their child can't read, that they're going to be ridiculed in school, and they're going to be called stupid by their classmates, and so they don't want that label put on their child, so they're going to they're going to make that excuse, and they're going to instead tell people so that they're not ridiculed that their child has dyslexia. Yeah. I almost walked out of the class. I honestly did. If I wasn't paying mounds and mounds of tuition to go here, yeah, I probably would have walked out. So, yeah, hopefully next class will be better. But I don't understand because she told us that, and then she proceeded to or she went on to say um that it's not it's just dyslexia is just they weren't taught to read properly. That it's not a disconnect in the brain. It's a they just can't read. That if they're taught properly, they'll be able to learn how to read. And so, but yet then she went on to talk about like ADHD and what else did we talk about? I don't know. But like but that can have a those disorders can have a disconnect in the brain that causes them not to focus properly and be and be distracted all the time. But dyslexia can't. I don't know. She was giving us mixed signals all the time because then later on in the class she gave us tools and tips um to help kids with dyslexia read better. But yet she claims that dyslexia doesn't exist. I don't know. She's a little bit scatterbrained. I mean she is an older woman, so she's a tad bit scatterbrained. She doesn't remember what she teaches us from day to day. But oh well. Um, I go by the book. I go by what I'm reading, and the main part of the course um is relatively un not taught by the instructor. There's a CD and there is a whole textbook that goes. And it's called the Miscue Analysis to diagnose reading disabilities or reading problems. So there's a whole book on it, so I don't have to rely on teacher instruction, and it's a very, very important part of teaching reading and being tuned to uh, students with learning disabilities and students with reading problems. So yeah, there's a CD that teaches us how to administer the test. So whatever she says, I'm gonna disregard and go by the CD, go by the book. That's it. And that's the main part of the course. That's the important part of the course. So I'm good. All right, on to knitting. I think. Get off my soapbox. I was hoping to be able to show you a finished, or at least partially finished, baby blanket, but such is not the case. So here's one that I started on Saturday, and yes, I pulled out my crochet hook. I am using the same yarn as before, as my other baby blanket, and the reason it's so small is because I'm running out of yarn, so I'm going to put a border on the on the outside of it once it's finished. I have this much to go. That much to go. Yeah. So I was almost done. I was this close to being done. I would have been done. I was planning on taking it to class with me so I could do it during our 15-minute break. But then when I opened up my bag to pull it out in class, I mysteriously forgot to put it in there. Oops. So yeah, I am doing it on my lovely, lovely size 7 that I got for Christmas. It is lovely, lovely to work with. Love it. And I am doing the diagonal box stitch pattern. There's a link in our thread. One of our lovely members was gracious enough to post it so uh, I could copy and make one of these lovely blankets. Because isn't this stitch pattern just gorgeous? I love it. It's so cute. And it's a lot of fun. It works up quite fast. As you can see, I started on Saturday. And lost my train of thought. Lost my train of thought. Yep, it's gone. All right, but yeah. Oh yeah. One of our lovely viewers posted the link on Ravelry so that I could make one of these lovely blankets. So if you need it, go ahead, grab it. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. So if you crochet or if you want to pick up your crochet hook, I very much recommend that pattern. It's a lot of fun. All right, you've seen it before and it hasn't changed at all, but Semi-precious shawl. Woo. I promise, I promise, I promise, I promise there will be work done on it this week. Promise. Promise. Because I have 2 weeks to get it done. So it's still on chart C. But that's okay. Did I bring my bag over? Yes, I brought my other bag over. Woo. Okay. So I got about a total of about a half row done on it last night. But I've gotten a total of, I think, 9 rows done. Ooh, my water bottle's still in there. That was the sound that you just heard. All right. Whoop. A little tangled here. And it's inevitable that I'm pulling a Lindsay on this because there is no end to the rows. Well, there's a physical end, but there's really no end to the row. So I am on row 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, row 16. I think I was on row 4 when you saw it last, so I've gotten quite a bit done. I'm happy with it. It's still going relatively slowly, but it's going, and I'm enjoying it. It's very good TV knitting. I can get a lot done. I just go and go and go and go. So it's very, very good TV knitting. I think that's all I have in by the way of knitting. I love how this is a knitting podcast, and I talk for about 10 minutes of what's happened in the past week, and 5 minutes on my knitting. I think that's gonna have to change soon. I should start more projects and work on knitting more soon. Work on more knitting soon. Can you tell it's the middle of the semester my brain is absolutely fried? Yeah. So I might have to use that as an excuse to knit more. Although I don't need an excuse. But it's good to have one. I'm sorry, Professor, I couldn't hand my homework because I needed to work on my blanket and I needed to work on my shawl because otherwise I wouldn't have any work done on it to show on the podcast. I'm sorry. I wonder how that excuse would fly. Darn it, April Fool's Day isn't this semester. Bugger. Alright, one last piece of news before I sign off. I have booked my train ticket to Albany, where I will be then going, I'll be staying a night, and then with one of our lovely viewers. And then she has graciously, just didn't lose my train of thought, but what I want to say just went whoop out of my head. She has graciously invited is a good word, invited us, me and Mom, to accompany her to Rhinebeck. So, train tickets are booked. Yay! I'm so excited. It is less than a month away. So, on October 19th at 4:18 a.m. I will be boarding the train here and getting off in Albany. I'm so excited. And where we'll be going to Rhinebeck on Saturday. I think my Mom's flying in on Friday. Yeah, I would assume so since we're going to Rhinebeck on Saturday. Mom's flying in, we've got a hotel, and we're going to Rhinebeck. I'm so excited. Can you tell I'm excited? I don't think so. So, ever since I got here, I made sure that I requested that weekend off. You can't put me on duty. You can't put me on duty. This is gonna be my one weekend that I can leave the dorms. We're allowed one weekend off a month, but since I really have nowhere to go, I usually don't take my weekends off. But this is my one weekend. One weekend, that's all I ask. That's all I ask. Alright. Um, if you're just joining us, thank you very much for hopping on board. If you are a returning viewer, we appreciate your loyalty. No, we appreciate you coming back and watching us again. Why did I come up with that? Again. I think I better sign off. So if you're a returning viewer, thank you for coming back again. Leave a star rating on iTunes. Leave a comment. Yeah, leave a comment on Three Stitches. No, you can leave a comment on iTunes too. I always get this mixed up. I think that's about all our venues. Yep. Thank you to all of you who are knitting slash crocheting premium blankets. We appreciate it very much. Um, and we have about 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 days to go. So light those needles on fire. Be, be Speedy Gonzalez. Knit those blankets up, send them our way, and then you'll be entered to win some amazing prizes. Amazing prizes. I wish I could win. I'm jealous of you guys because they're amazing prizes. Once again, thank you very much for joining me for the past 21 minutes and 7 seconds. Which will be more once I put the intro on, but nevertheless. Thank you for joining me. Mom will see you. No, wrong order. Lindsay will see you on Friday, and Mom will see you on Monday. So until next Wednesday, I will say goodbye. Bye.